Hello everyone, I hope you guys are all having a fabulous Monday. Today I'm coming to the weekly Minks Monday Q&A. Before we get started, let me show you the bag that I'm currently rocking, and that is the Loewe Puzzle Speedy 25 bandolier. Alright, so grab a coffee, grab a tea, let's start your workout, it's gonna work, let's laundry, whatever it is that you're doing, come join me. We have some awesome topics to cover today. Starting with the first question from Karen M. Do you think coated canvas, i.e. Louis Vuitton, is more durable than leather, vice versa, or do you think that they're about even? What are your pros and cons to each material? This is a fantastic question, and I think that they're both durable. I think that each one offers something different. Each one brings something different to the table. Now, when it comes to canvas, I would have to say that my pros are that it is very lightweight. It's durable. It's a great workhorse type of bag. In a sense, it's kind of scratch proof. It's waterproof. It's easy to clean, and it's less expensive. Now the cons, even though it is extremely durable, once the canvas cracks, there's really nothing that you can do. I know that some people end up patching them, but for the most part, a lot of these fashion houses don't offer any type of repair when it comes to cracked canvas. Now, the last con, some of you might disagree with me, but a lot of these canvas pieces have little to no leather on them whatsoever. So we're not necessarily paying for the materials, we're more so paying for the name. I know some of you might not be happy with what I just said, but that's honestly how I feel. Now, my pros when it comes to leather is that it is extremely durable. It's also a great workhorse type of material. You don't have to worry about the type of weight that you're going to be carrying. You don't have to worry that the handles are going to snap off or that it's going to crack or anything like that. And also, if you condition it, you can end up having a leather handbag for eons, the type of bag that you can pass down from generation to generation. And the last pro, and this is kind of a con as well, and I will get into that in just a second, but you're paying for the materials that you're getting. So you're getting an all leather handbag. Now, as far as the cons when it comes to leather, it can make for a very heavy handbag without anything inside. Another thing that people aren't a fan of when it comes to leather is the patina process. They don't like to see that it oxidizes, or sometimes you have to be careful with the type of weather that you're going to be using it in because you end up having water stains, so you can't use it in the rain, you can't use it in the snow. Of course, with those two things, you can end up kind of putting a type of guard so that way you don't have to worry about water stains and you don't have to worry about the patina process. And another thing is that leather does end up drying out. So if you don't condition it, if you don't care for it properly, it can definitely end up drying out and it can start to kind of disintegrate as time goes by. And this is what I was talking about earlier with the whole price point. Even though you are paying for the materials that you're getting, leather is also more expensive. So it's not necessarily a con, but it's just something to kind of have in the back of your mind when it comes to an all leather handbag. But like I said before, I feel that both of them are very durable. And when cared for properly, you can have them for long periods of time. I mean, just check out some of the vintage pieces from Louis Vuitton. Sometimes the canvas that's 30, 40, 50 years old, the canvas looks, it's in pristine condition and the leather is starting to kind of disintegrate and vice versa. Other times you'll end up seeing a canvas piece that's starting to crack, but the leather looks fantastic for as old as it is. So that's why I said when cared for properly, you can end up having a lot of these items for long periods of time. They can be heirloom pieces. You can pass them down from generation to generation. So even though I'm a huge fan of canvas and I do feel that a lot of pieces have stood the test of time, I still feel that leather is more durable than canvas. But those are just my 2 cents. But I would love to hear what you guys think. Do you feel that leather is more durable? Do you feel that canvas is more durable? Let us know in the comment section down below. But fantastic question, and hopefully I was able to answer it. Next question from Luxury T6. I recently started a new job working as a senior analyst. I've never had issues or felt awkward carrying any of my designer bags to work in the past, as none of my other coworkers were ever into designer bags and either didn't know what they were or just didn't care for them. I noticed our director, my boss's boss, usually carries her Neverfull MM Demi Bin to work. I also have this bag, but feel a bit hesitant to bring it to work as I don't want to be seen with the same handbag as someone 2 positions above me. I make good money, but obviously not what someone 2 positions above me makes. Am I overthinking this, or is this a valid concern? This is an awesome question. I definitely feel that your concern is understandable because you start to get the what ifs kind of flying around your head. Personally, I would end up using it because you never know. She might be a handbag lover. It's kind of like that secret handbag club that we talked about that isn't so secret. And she might be stoked to learn that someone else likes handbags. So that way you guys can start to talk about bags. That can lead into talking about small leather goods. And maybe it can make for a better work relationship. You never know. or maybe a way of breaking the ice when it comes to your boss's boss. Or another thing that you can do is maybe you can kind of test out the waters. Next time you see her, you can comment on her handbag, say something like, I love your bag, or something to that effect, and see how she responds to it. You know, but it's always tricky when it comes to the workplace, because unfortunately there are people who are judgmental. There are people who will make assumptions based on the type of clothing that you're wearing and the type of handbag that you're using, and they would want to treat you differently. And that's definitely not the way that it should be. You know what I mean? So that's why I say that your concerns are definitely valid. Now, even though I personally would end up rocking it no problem, I would end up waiting until you feel comfortable. If you feel comfortable, then absolutely go for it. But as you mentioned, you have a slight hesitation. I would wait until that hesitation either goes away, because the last thing that you want is to want to focus on that and not focus on what it is that you're, you know, that you have to do at work, you know. But I'm not trying to scare you by any means whatsoever, but I'm hoping for the best. I'm hoping that she is a fellow handbag lover, a fellow handbag addict, and that might make for a better work relationship. But I would love to hear your guys' thoughts. What do you think? Let us know in the comment section down below. So I don't know if this ends up helping out, but I wish you the best of luck and congratulations on your job. But fantastic question, and hopefully I was able to answer it. Next question from Upsnooey. Hopefully I said that correctly. Have you ever had a bad experience returning or exchanging a Chanel bag? I recently had a bad experience exchanging a Chanel bag. The minute I told a sales associate that I wanted to exchange or return, they got upset and had attitude right away. I want something that I 1000% like. However, I ended up doing a refund and I will wait for a better quality bag. I'm so sorry to hear that you had a bad experience returning your item. And yes, I have had an unpleasant experience before returning a handbag to Chanel once. And the craziest thing is that it was with an associate that I had worked with in the past. She was always extremely sweet. We would sit there and talk about other things besides handbags. I mean, she was great. So what ended up happening was, at the time, I was looking for a gray handbag to add to my collection. She knew this, and she texted me. She said that they were getting a handbag in. She's like, oh, it's a gray bag. It's beautiful. You're gonna love it. She was telling me, you know, all of the characteristics, and it ended up checking off all the marks for me. And for some reason or another, she couldn't send me a picture, and that was my first mistake. So I ended up buying it sight unseen. So I know, I learned my lesson. So she shipped it out, and once I got the bag, it wasn't gray. Well, I guess she wasn't lying, because it wasn't necessarily gray. It was a metallic silver, and it definitely didn't work out for me, and it wasn't what I was expecting it to be. So at the time, this is when Chanel would charge you $25 to ship something to you, and instead of having to send it back, I decided, you know what, I'll go into the boutique. Maybe I can exchange it for something else, and you know, maybe something else will catch my eye or what have you. So I went down to the boutique, I saw her, she's like, hey, how are you? I was like, oh, cool, not a big deal. As soon as she sees because I put everything in a shopping bag that I had, I said, hey, I'm gonna return the bag. Her demeanor completely changed. I mean, completely. Her face went like stone cold. And I'm like, well, hold up, who are you? Because I didn't recognize her. You know, she wasn't the same bubbly person as before. And it totally caught me off guard. So she said, oh, you're gonna return the bag? Okay. And just short sentences, kind of like to the point, not bubbly, not happy, nothing like that. And I called her out on it. I said, are you having a bad day? She's like, nope. And I said, okay, fine. So I ended up doing a refund, and I chose never to go to her ever again, because these items are way too expensive to not get exactly what it is that you're looking for. And don't ever let an associate intimidate you into keeping an item because you don't want to make waves. You don't want to make them upset or anything like that. Because remember, you're going to be the one using the bag. You're using your funds. You're not using their money. You know what I mean? And a lot of these associates, I just feel that they feel entitled to just treat someone like dirt because they're returning something. God forbid you change your mind or it doesn't work out for you, you know? And it's not like I used the bag. I literally opened it up. I saw that it was silver. I put it back in the box. I'm like, I'm gonna return it. And I returned it the very next day. You know, and you don't have to give them an explanation and this big old spiel about, well, this, and that. If you don't like it, you don't like it, you can return it, you know? And if an associate is going to be that way towards you, you can call them out on it. Of course, you don't have to be rude about it, or not rude, you don't have to use profanity is what I'm trying to say. But you can call them out on it, or you can ask for another associate or never go to them ever again, you know? But, it didn't leave the type of, it didn't leave me with a warm and fuzzy feeling to want to go back to her ever again. And I have been back into that boutique and I have seen her, and I choose to ignore her. Call me what you will, all right? Call me a bee, call me a diva, I don't care. But the fact that someone feels it's okay to just get so upset because you're returning something, absolutely not. And one other thing that I have started to do since that, anytime whether it's Chanel or Louis Vuitton or any other boutique, if I'm buying something, when I go to check it out, I always tell the associate, you know, I can't wait to go home and try it out, see how it works out with my outfit, what have you. And then I like to say this little bit, and I always say, well, if it doesn't work out, I can always return it or I can always exchange it, right? And it's not that I'm necessarily asking them, it's more like a rhetorical question. It's kind of like letting them know that I know that if it doesn't work out, I'm gonna return it or I'm gonna exchange it, you know? So I don't know, maybe that gives me a little bit of peace of mind. Maybe that's something that can help you guys out in the future, but don't ever let an associate, you know, intimidate you into buying something or keeping it because you don't want to make waves. Absolutely not. But yeah, that was my experience. I would love to hear, have any of you guys had a bad experience returning an item or exchanging it? Let us know in the comment section down below. But fantastic question, and I really hope that you get a bag that you absolutely love and that it is perfect. But wonderful question, and hopefully I was able to answer it. Next question from Cindy Vance. Have you seen the multi-pochette accessoire that Louis Vuitton is launching in October? My client advisor sent me a picture and was able to order one for me. Do you think that this will sell out quickly? All right, so unfortunately, I don't have a picture to share with you guys, but it's called the multi-pochette accessoire that is launching in October, just as Cindy had mentioned. And as of right now, it's going to retail for $15.50. It's going to be available in 2 different colors. You can either go for khaki or for pink. It's kind of like a rose ballerine. And it's essentially these 3 items, which is the round coin purse, the mini pochette, and the pochette accessoire. Now, it also comes with like this, this thick canvas strap that I absolutely love. And the craziest thing about this, this item is that you can end up taking off all 3 of these items and use them separately. So do I think that this will sell out quickly? Absolutely I do. Because this is like a one-shot deal to get 3 items that are almost impossible to find either in boutiques or online. And it kind of looks like this. You have the accessoire and then you have the mini pochette right in front of it. And then you have the longer canvas strap or the fabric strap, and then you have this guy kind of hanging from it. And the fact that you can take it apart and use either these 2 or just use this or what have you, I think is awesome. It is absolutely awesome. And when you break everything down, these 3 items come out to $1,070, so it retails for $15.50, which puts the strap at about $480. Which I don't think is too bad. I know some people weren't a fan of it because it is mostly fabric. It does have a little bit of leather, but I actually love the strap. And I really wish that I was able to just buy the strap because I think it's beautiful. But like I said, unfortunately, I don't have a picture to share with you guys. And I definitely feel that this thing will sell out like crazy. I think the pink will be the first one to go and then the khaki. I personally like khaki. I think it makes for an awesome combination when it comes to monogram, just because of the brown and the caramels and the gold hardware. But yeah, I think it's pretty awesome. And it has, the mini pochette has a little bit of a longer strap and it just looks amazing. It looks amazing. And I don't think it has, you know, a bad price point either. At $15.50, yeah, it puts it in the range of like a full-size canvas handbag. But the fact that you can take it apart, I'm so excited that you can take it apart and use them separately. I think that's amazing. Would I end up adding one to my collection? I don't think so, just because I already have the 3 items that, that pretty much make up this bag. But I might be tempted. I might be tempted to just buy the strap from somebody. If somebody doesn't want the strap, let me know. I'm your girl. I will buy it from you, whether it's khaki or pink. Yeah. I'm a big fan of this item. So once again, I will put the SKU right down here so you guys can contact your advisors and maybe get on the list for it, because as I said previously, it will definitely go extremely quick. But congratulations, Cindy, on your soon-to-be item. I'm super excited for you. But fantastic question, and hopefully I was able to answer it. Next question from Ella Stevens. What are your thoughts on the pochette trunk vertical? I love the monogram and black leather trim version. I was thinking of buying it and wearing it with my Star Trail ankle boots. Do you like it? Do you think it'll be a collector's item? Do you think that the resale price will be good? What do you think of pairing it with the boots? All right, so before I get any further, let me insert a picture of this bag right now. I think this bag is beautiful, and I don't think it has a crazy price point considering the attention to detail, the characteristics that this bag has. I think it is absolutely gorgeous. And I also feel that it's very versatile. You're not stuck carrying it just one way because it does come with a removable adjustable strap, which I think is great. Personally, it's not for me. I'm not too fond of the north-south design, only because once you start to put your items inside, I feel like everything just starts to kind of stack on top of each other unless you end up putting them in like a straight line so that way you can see everything at a glance. But like I said, I can definitely appreciate what this bag brings to the table. Now, I will also have to say that I feel that it has become incredibly popular, and that always ends up helping out the resale value. It's hard to find in the boutiques, and it's really hard to find online as well. And I also like the fact that you have a few different versions to go for. You can either go for the monogram, the reverse, or you can go for the epi leather, but it is a very beautiful, beautiful bag. I think it would look fabulous with the boots. So it sounds to me like you already have an idea of how you can incorporate this into your lifestyle. And if any of you guys do have this bag, let us know how you like it. Is there anything to look out for? Whatever the case may be, let us know in the comment section down below. But if you do decide to go for it, major congratulations. But fantastic question, and hopefully I was able to answer it. Next question from Elsa Lee. I have my eyes on the Loewe Puzzle Bag, but I cannot decide whether to go for the small or the medium size. I love the extra features on the medium size, the thicker strap and the feet, and I use medium-sized bags much more often, but I have quite a lot of medium-sized bags in my collection while I am missing a small-sized bag. What do you think? All right, so before I get any further, let me insert a picture of the Loewe small and medium-sized puzzle bags side by side right now. I think both of these bags are beautiful, and it's really hard to say because if you are a creature of habit, if you have a tendency to lean more towards medium-sized bags like you mentioned, you know that this is a style that you're very comfortable with. It's a size that you can end up adding to your rotation no problem, especially if it has features that you really, really like. Now, if you wanted to venture out a little bit, if you wanted to add some size variety to your collection, then I would end up going for the small because the small isn't tiny, it's not nano, and you can still pack a punch. But when it comes to the medium, I like the idea that you have the option of carrying a little bit more or a little bit less, and because it does have the thicker strap on the medium size, I feel that it might be a lot more comfortable, you know, for extended periods of time. So I turn to you guys. If any of you guys do have the Loewe small or the medium sized bag, what are some things to look out for? Let us know in the comment section down below. So I don't know if this ends up helping out, but I'm super, super excited for you, and good luck deciding. But fantastic question, and hopefully I was able to answer it. Next question from Hartini K. What are your thoughts on the Chanel Trendy CC bag? I am eyeing the small chevron Trendy CC bag, which I think is gorgeous. It's just that it's in lambskin. All right, so before I get any further, let me insert a picture of the Chanel small Trendy CC bag right now. I love this bag. I love the size, I love the silhouette, I love the structure, I love the compartments, I love the versatility. I hate the price, all right? I gotta be honest with you, I hate the price. Although, you can find some on the preloved market that have a really great price point considering what these guys end up retailing for. But I think it is an absolutely beautiful, beautiful bag. Now, when it comes to Chanel lambskin, it's not as delicate. There are still some things that you have to look out for. For example, you can't use it in the rain, you can't use it in the snow, and if you do use darker colored clothing when it comes to the light lambskin, those are prone to absorbing that darker color. But other than that, if you do end up getting a scratch on it, it's very, very easy to buff out, and I'm a big fan of their lambskin. I wasn't always. Before I only went for caviar, just because caviar is that much more carefree, you know what I mean? But lambskin, there's just something about it. It just looks, it gives that bag, you know, that little extra, that something that just really kind of elevates the bag in general. At least that's the way that I feel. But I think that this bag is incredibly gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous, and it's just, it's it's such a bummer because the price is insane. Like the small ones, I believe they retail for $5,600 if I'm not mistaken, somewhere around there, and the larger ones are like $6,000 or $6,300 or $6,200, something like that. And yeah, that's a hard pill for me to swallow, you know, but it is absolutely jaw-droppingly gorgeous. So, and they end up holding their resale value pretty well. Like I said, on the pre-loved market, you can find some that are better, that have better prices, but for the most part, it's not like it's losing 50% or, 80% of what they end up going for. So that's also something to keep in the back of your mind. But it is a beautiful bag. So if you do end up going for it, congratulations. But fantastic question, and hopefully I was able to answer it. And the last question from Nina B. Is there such a thing as having too many camera bags? I love the convenience of being hands-free all the time, so I think they're perfect to grab and go. I currently have 4 in different styles and colors, and I'm thinking of adding another one to my collection. All right, so is there such a thing as having too many camera bags? Absolutely not. I don't think so, because I'm the same way. I feel like when something works out for you, it just works. And you don't have to worry that it's a type of bag that's going to be sitting on your shelf unused. It's something that you can incorporate into your lifestyle because you already have something similar to it. And trust me, I know that variety is great. I know that adding size variety or adding silhouette variety is a great way to go. But like I said before, when something works, it just works. A perfect example. I have a, I have a slight obsession, if you will, with Chanel minis. I love them. I think that they're great, and I use them as everyday handbags. And I have, even though they're all pretty much the same size, they have different colors, they have different hardwares, and each one offers something, each one brings something different to the outfit that I'm wearing that day, so it completely makes sense to me. Plus, you know what they say, you can't ever have too much of a good thing. At least that's the way that I see it. So if you do end up going for another camera bag, congratulations. But fantastic question, and hopefully I was able to answer it. All right, you guys, so that does it for Minks Monday Q&A. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I hope I was able to help. You guys had some awesome questions this week. I do have an unboxing / reveal on the goodies that I picked up when I vlogged a couple of weeks ago that will be up later this week. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, make sure and give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already and you would like to, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I'll see you guys later. And as always, make it a fabulous day or not, the choice is yours. Have a great day.